Shalom again. We're going to continue the Haley for the Likutei Moharan, continuing Torah Aleph, the first Torah, the second little part. Okay, Nachman continues, right? He explains, if you remember what we were saying, only through Torah is how we raise the true Chaim and Chashivas. Nachman continues, Ki Ish Yisraeli, he says, because a Ish Yisraeli, which means a Jew, a Yid, we have to constantly look at the seichel. The seichel means the seichel, what's behind of every single thing. We have to actually bind, we have to tie the wisdom and the seichel, which means the intellect. What are we looking at? That's behind every single thing. So that thing itself should, light us up, should light itself up to us, to bring us closer to Hashem through that thing. Everything is created from Hashem. Everything. So if you see something, don't just look at it and take it for just an object. Oh, it is what it is. No, Nachman was telling us that an Ish Yisraeli, we're here, we're actually on a mission. We're on the same mission. Ahron Yitzchok Yaakov. Who's representing them today? It's us. So, Nachman was telling us, we actually have to bind, and we have to constantly look at everything and look for the chachma and the seichel behind it, so that should shine itself to us to bring us closer to Hashem. Why? Because he's going to show us now the power of the seichel. Ki ha-seichel hi or gadol. He says seichel is intellect in something. This is a or gadol. It's a big light. It's a big light. Big light. It can actually illuminate all your ways. Just going to put this out there. We know this. Imagine it's pitch black. You go to the basement of your house and there's no lights. There's a blackout. You know your way around. How do you know your way around? How? Because your seichel is telling you, okay, this is where things are. Because you're not walking around saying, oh, I'm blind, so I can't move. This is an aspect of choshech in the makos. I mean, think about it. If a person's trained not, to believe anything besides what they see with their eyes, you close the lights, boom. But try this. Close your eyes. You'll still know exactly what's going on around you because you have seichel. Rav Nachman was telling us that the Ish Yisraeli, which is you, if you're learning with me, I'm talking to you. Nachman is saying we have to constantly be doing this. You see a cup, you see everything. Oh, what's the seichel behind it? And he's explaining, he's building us up to help us understand. Again, Rav Nachman is coming one thing only. Wake us up. Bring us to what's called teshuvah. Real teshuvah. Teshuvah doesn't mean, I did a vera. That's not teshuvah. Teshuvah is teshuvah. Come back to Hashem. Teshuvah, Shabbos has the word shuva. That means rest, but bring things back. Factory default. Teshuvah. So that's what Nachman is trying to wake us up. So that when we go to sleep tonight, yes, we recharge, but we don't. Our consciousness gets woken up. He's explaining to us what is the seichel. What does it mean, intellect? Seichel is not the new technology. That's not called seichel. That's a program. You program it, boom. It will never do anything it cannot do. It's technology which is just programmed. Programmed for who? For you, for us. We are the Tzelem Elokims. We're the divine beings. Top of all that, Chavav Yisrael Shenoida. Rabbi Kiva says in Pirkei Avos, we actually have the awareness of what we're doing here. We're not just another human being, No, no, no. We have a real role. Hashem's world. If you woke you up today, if you're alive right now, and this is recorded, that means Hashem's saying, you're on my team. Imagine you have a team, and you have a basketball team, you have a baseball team, the best team. How good is the team? As good as its players. We're Hashem's team. What's Hashem's real plan? To bring the whole world to know Hashem. This is recorded in the Navi over 2,500, 3,000 years ago. History? Torah is not a history story. Torah is Hashem fulfilling prophecy through history. It's Hashem's end being played out. So there's no latest technology. Think about this. The marble was in the year 1600 from creation. So imagine, they had 1600 years to reach whatever level they reached with research and science and technology. Think about it. How many years are we at since the Holocaust? 70, 70, 80, whatever it is. How many years is America? 300, 400 years? And look where we are today. We have the ability to learn Torah like this. Phones. You need money? Here's a Zelle. Anything you need, boom, instant. You need to fly from here to Eretz Yisrael, from here to, boom, 10 hours later you're there. Technology. In a couple hundred years. You think by the Mabul time they didn't have everything? They had 1600 years and there was no need for scientists and research. Why? How many years did Admar Rishon live? How many? 930 years. Admar Rishon knew it all. Hashem downloaded to him everything because it was his job to take care of the whole world. So anyone had a question? He asked Admar Rishon. You know, Noach knew his father, Lemech. His father was his father. Lemech lives with Admar Rishon for 70-something years. 70. I'm 36, so half of 70. And I learned whatever I learned. Noach gets first hand from his father, who gets everything from Admar Rishon. Noach lived 600 years. 600. It was all the technology we have today, plus, 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 plus. Okay? Let's not fool ourselves. And with all that technology, they couldn't do teshuvah. Only Noach gets saved. Reb Nachman, 200 something years ago, he says, I'm going to wake the world up. That's what he says. His grandfather, great-grandfather, Baal Shem Tov, he didn't live with his great-grandfather, but he grew up and he saw all the tzaddikim coming to his house, speaking about his grandfather, great-grandfather, Baal Shem Tov, and Reb Nachman. He said, I'm going to change the world. And if you learn about Reb Nachman's life, you see the Sefer Likutei Moharan, to ask yourself, why is 50,000 people, 100,000 people going to Uman Rosh Hashanah in a year like 2019, 2021, 2020, 22? What's going on over here? There's something going on. Nachman wanted to wake our consciousness up, and he wanted us to stay awake. Because Chazal tell us when the Yidden do Teshuvah, Mashiach comes. Teshuvah means come back to our source. Beis HaMikdash is not a physical building. That's not Beis HaMikdash. Beis HaMikdash is a reality. It's right now broken. It actually is not broken because it's available, but we have to learn it. It's in the Torah. Torah Shebiksav and Baal Peh. You put it all together, the whole thing, get a Beis HaMikdash. Chazal tell us, Kol mi sheyesh by das, you have das, Kili Bona Beis HaMikdash. It's as if you built it in your lifetime. Trying to take away any pleasure from us. He just wants to wake our consciousness up so that when we walk and hear things, and we know it's not, technology, it's not this and that, it's not the world, it's none of that. It's Hashem fulfilling what it says in Nevi'im Rishonim, Nevi'im Acharonim, what's going to be. What it says in Bereshit, Yaakov Avinu calls his sons together before his death. Let me tell you what's going to be Achris Hayomim, today. Nachman just wants to wake us up. Let's finish this part, yeah? He explains, the issue is really tzorich tomel l'stak b'seichel shekol dover l'kasher asmel l'chachma b'seichel shesh b'chol dover. The issue is really has to constantly look for the seichel and everything, and bind himself to the wisdom and the seichel and everything. So that thing itself should be makarv into Hashem. Why? Seichel is a big light. And it shines. It shows you the path in all paths. Again, Nachman's going to keep on telling in Torah over here. Chachmas Adam, the wisdom of a person. Torah Ponav, it lights up his face. This is an aspect of Yaakov, you know. Yaakov, he's the one that merits the Bechor, right? Shehi Reishis, which it's Reishis. Reishis means it's the beginning. Shebechinas Chachma, which is the aspect of Chachma, it brings you from the Zohar. Kamoishe Kosev, Reishis Chachma, passing at the Hillel. Okay? Zebechinas, and this is the aspect of the Yaakveni Zep Hamayim. This is what Esav says to Yitzchok when Yaakov steals the Bechorah. Targum Unclus, how does Targum translate? What does it mean? Yaakveni, the Chakmani, which means he outsmarted me. Zebechinas Shemesh, there's an aspect of Shemesh, the sun. Hold on. Nachman's he's putting out a bunch of little different things, but he's going to tie it all together. Zebechinas Shemesh, there's an aspect of the sun. Ki Yaseichel, he meir lebchol derachov, kamoya Shemesh, because our intellect lights up for us everything, just like the sun. We know it's dark, and then the sun comes, it lights up the whole world, right? This is an aspect of tzaddikim, the ways of the tzaddikim. It's like light, noiga, it's like a light that keeps on going, getting brighter and brighter as the day goes along. This is the aspect of the letter ches. The shon chiyas. You spell out ches, you get ches yod tov. It's l'shon chiyas, vitality. Why? The wisdom and the intellect is the chiyas. It's the vitality of everything. As it says in Koheles, chachma, wisdom, it gives you life. Some doesn't have chachma, dead. We're going to continue, Hashem.